what our friend means by where all of Old Town lies below, but I reckon you want to look for the highest spot in the bones.
While my veil is active, they cannot recognize me, not unless I want them to, or I act carelessly. The construction of the tube network appears to be picking up pace. There are wagon loads of metal pipes everywhere, and the laborers work into the night.
Did you hear the one about the magical and the pregnant pig? No? It's hilarious. I think it starts with the magical in a pigsty.
A map of the...
Sorted Taz from Riverwood? You don't look like my usual customers. You're a lot big. Sure you don't want a nice apple pickled cow's kidney? It's the perfect late night munch. I have several sturdy cheeses for sale. They've survived many frigid winters and boiling summers, and they're none the worse for wear. I keep them in my bed at night. Improves the taste.
Pickled
Tell your friends.
crispy bitter leaf, wrapped in a crunchy yeast bun.
Curing than spending additional
Fully
money.
authorised and licensed. No. Oh, hello. Do come again. Exotic oils, foreign herbs, soothing salves, ointments. Non-magical medicines your body needs. Fully authorised and licensed. No sorcery.
After my shift's over, I think I'll head down to that cheap tavern by the harbour.
Avoid the shadows.
What's it called?
They may be magical.
There.
Good evening, citizen.
Go on, you may pass.
It's a nice view, isn't it? I've always found Marcuria beautiful, especially in summer. Of course, those metal tubes are a bit of an eyesore. And that tower... Actually, the tower I quite like.
Why did you want to meet me?
Oh, so impatient. You always were. I've been saving something for a rainy day. Someone, actually. And, well, no rain at the moment. But the forecast for tonight sounds grim.
She knows something about tonight. It can't hurt to pool our resources and share information. We've heard the same thing. Something's happening tonight. Possibly an Azadi raid on Old Town.
That's what I've heard too. But I don't know anything else. Yet. That's where you come in. There's an Azadi officer, high-ranking, a captain. He has an arrangement with a young woman in Old Town. A non-human.
He's fucking a magical.
Eloquent, but yeah, he's fucking a magical. We both know what it would do to his career if anyone found out.
They'd strip him of his rank. He'd be arrested, tortured, most likely sentenced to death.
All for a little blue girl and some exotic sex. Your people are so predictable, Azadi. So easy to compromise. You know, the more things you forbid, the more sins there are to be tempted by. You're a nation of the repressed, a powder keg ready to blow.
But how will this information help us?
Today is this officer's day with his young lady. She has a room near Shady Quay. Our horny captain never goes alone. The fool brings his uniformed knave to keep watch, which is convenient, like a big arrow pointing to the right door. If you were to confront the captain in a compromising position, there'd be no limit to what you could accomplish.
Why give me this information? You could have profited from it yourself.
I have no need for money or leverage. But I thought you could put this to good use. Find out what's going down. Maybe stop it. Save some lives. Or take some.
I thought you didn't care about the resistance.
I never said that. I never said I did either. But maybe I care for other things.
Why did you bring me all the way up here to tell me this?
Because I don't trust them or anyone. I've been burned in the past.
But why me?
Because you, Keon, I trust.
I can't reject her. This isn't right. I can't reject her. Why did you... Anna!
Next week, I get to leave Marcuria for the first time. Who's there?
A map of the southernmost parts of Mercuria.
Wrapped in a crunchy yeast bun.
Is that the time?
I've got the non-magical medicines your body needs. Fully authorized and licensed. No sorcery. Exotic oils, foreign herbs, soothing salves, ointments. My table's always open, day and night. I've got the non-medical medicines your body needs. Fully authorized and licensed. No sorcery. My table's always open, day and night. Next time, maybe. No potions. Sorry you couldn't find what you were looking for. I've got the non-magical medicines your body needs. Fully authorized and licensed. No sorcery.
Hey there. You hungry? How about you keep me in mind next time you package, all right? Tied you up. Midnight snack.
Exotic oils, foreign herbs, soothing salves, ointments.
What do you want?
I need to speak with the mole.
She's not expecting you.
She'll want to hear what I have to say.
Fine. But keep your hands where I can see 'em.
Azadi apostate not dead yet? I expect you'd be dead by now. If you live this long, you might even make it to my age, but I don't recommend it. When your bones ache each morning and you can barely hold your liquor anymore, you curse the gods for keeping you alive. You come to warn, Mole, then?
How did you know?
The Mole always know. Whispers travel on the wind and voices reverberates through the soil. There's word of raid happening. Of course no one knows for sure. The Azadi usually stay out of Old Town, afraid to cause ruckus, upset the order of things, afraid of people rising up against them. Though times do change. Whether Azadi attack happen or not, Mole's prepared, Don't you worry about the mole. Mole has burrows. Besides, it may be time to leave Mercuria altogether. Those infernal machines your people build make my fur stand on end. They crackle, they buzz. They are opposite of magic. Make Mole's head pound. Don't know what they're for and what'll happen when they're all done building them, but Mole don't like it. Don't like it one bit. Something's coming, Kian of the rebels. I smell it. I feel it in my whiskers, in my aching bones. Something unnatural, something mean. There's no room in Mercuria for magic or for magicals. Not anymore. No. Whether the Rizardi attack is coming or not, it's time for the mole to dig other burrows. Or perhaps return home to the birth burrow. Find an old familiar hole to sleep in. Sleep until this shadow has passed. Or until we're all of us dry bones beneath the soil. You may consider your warning delivered. This is the last you'll see of me. The last you see of the Banda, the burrowers, the little ones who sing to the soil. My people, all gone. You tell your shepherd she's welcome to everything in my possession. All the weapons and food and medicine. All you need to keep fighting. Watch your hide, Kian of Clan Alvarne. These are dark times, and you're at the heart of it all. Well, why are you still here? Go! Go! May the soil be ever soft under your feet, Apostle. The fate of worlds falls on you now.
While my veil is active, they cannot recognize me. If I'm quiet, their eyes glide off me, and I remain invisible to them. An Earhardian veil can be very effective.
I've got sorted, Taz. Keep me in mind next time you finish, all right?
My table's always open, day and night.
There may be magicals.
These men are getting tired of their posting here. While my veil is active, they cannot recognize me. Not unless I want them to, or I act carelessly. If I'm quiet, their eyes glide off me. These men are getting tired of their posting here. We've been in Mercuria for a decade. Many of the foot soldiers don't... If I'm quiet, their eyes glide off me, and I remain invisible to them. An Irhadian veil can be very effective.
Goddess, I'm tired of standing here at night.
These men are getting tired of their post. While my veil is active, they cannot recognize me. Not unless I want them to, or I act carelessly. If I'm quiet, their eyes glide off me, and I remain invisible to them. An Irhadian veil can be very effective.
After my shift's over, I think... Who's there?
These men are getting tired of their... These men are getting tired of their posting here. We've been in Mercuria for a decade. Many of the foot soldiers don't see the point in staying, and wish to return to their families.
Hands! Are you a ghost?
There are more steam machines than ever, and we still have no idea what they're for. They're connected to the pipes, and they appear to be linked to the tower. But why? Liko mentioned that there's a plan in place to learn more about the tubes and the machines and to sabotage the network, but not today. While my veil is active, if I'm quiet, these men are getting tired of their posting here. We've been in Mercuria for a decade. Many of the foot soldiers don't see the point in staying and wish to return to their families. While my veil is active, they... If I'm quiet, their eyes glide off me, and I remain invisible to them. An Earhardian veil can be very effective. A map of the southernmost parts of Mercuria.
Next week, I get to leave Mercuria.
These men are getting tired of their posting here. We've been in Mercuria for a decade. Many of the foot soldiers don't see the point in staying and wish to return to their families.
I hear we're getting visitors from Sadir soon. I wonder who it could be. Or maybe the General's return.
While my veil, if I'm quiet, these men are getting tired of their posting here. We've been in Mercuria for a decade. Many of the foot soldiers don't see the point in staying. If I'm quiet, while my veil is active, they cannot recognize me, not unless I want them to, or I act carelessly. There aren't a lot of people out at night, even though the streets appear to be safe. A map of the southernmost parts of Mercuria.
Are you lost? There are city maps everywhere. They should help you find your way around. These men are getting tired of their posting here. These men are getting tired of their posting here. We've been in Mercuria for a decade. Many of the foot soldiers don't see the point in staying and wish to return to their family. They've brought in the very best engineers, builders and metalworkers from Azadir to help create these machines and the tube network. We need to find out why.
Hello? Hello? Could have sworn I saw something.
Always be...
These men are getting tired of their posting here. We've been in Mercuria for a decade. Many of the foot soldiers don't see the point in staying and wish to return to their families.
sandwiches.
I've got eats from across the Northlands. Put fire in there. Sure you don't want a nice lump of pickled cow's kidney?
Exotic oils, foreign herbs.
There's official Azadi business going on here. You'll want to turn around and walk away.
He's guarding the door to that house. This must be where that Azadi officer meets his girl.
Go on now, nothing to see here.
I need to find a way to get him away from the door. I must distract that guard somehow. I need to find a way to get... He's guarding the door to that house. This must be where that Azadi officer meets his girl.
Martial law permits me to use my sword against you. Just so you know.
I need to find a way to get him away from the door.
My table's...
Hey! Did you find that turncoat you were looking for?
I did not, but it was my fault. I identified the wrong man.
Oh. So our whole mission was a waste of time?
Certainly not. We'll get him eventually. And I got to see Honor Halaris speak to his followers. That might be useful to us.
Good. Are you on another mission?
Perhaps. I'm sorry, boy, but I'm quite busy.
Let me help.
The boy might. I don't need help right now, but I'll let you know when I do.
Sure. It's not like I have anything better to do.
danger than absolutely necessary. The boy might prove useful. I don't know. I don't need help right now, but I'll let you know when I do.
Sure. It's not like I have anything better.
What can I do for you, friend? Would you care for a tasty sandwich?
Your sign says sandwiches and fireflowers.
Ah, yes. Used to be I made the best fireflowers in Old Town. Spectacular things that lit up the night sky. Sparklers and illuminations, crackers and flyers. But no more, I'm afraid. Alchemy apparently falls under the definition of magic these days, and is therefore strictly forbidden. I can make you a savoury sandwich, though. Guaranteed sand and witch free.
Even if I was hungry, those sandwiches sound dubious. But I've seen fireworks in the past. They're spectacular. I'd like to buy one of your fireflowers.
Can't help you with that, I'm afraid. The Azadi have banned the use of illumination, crackers, sparklers and flyers. Any and all alchemy.
How about the ingredients? I would only need some of your powders and...
My hands are tied, friend. Or at least they will be if I sell you any of my alchemic powders and potions. The orders are quite clear. There's to be no trade of any sort in magical items. In fact, I should probably clear away the chemicals later today. This place is flush with thieves and mendicants.
Have you changed your mind? Do you want my help now?
The boy might. I don't need help right now.
Sure.
What are you doing, friend? Are you...
Squad's apothecary! I have concoctions to warm your soul and...
Can I tempt you with a savoury sandwich?
Even I have things to attend to. I'll have one of your sandwiches.
Brilliant! Step right over here, friend, to my sandwiching table. Step right over here, friend, and we can get started. Hey, don't touch that! It's delicate.
Something to tide you over before tea. Early breakfast.
I sell 100%
This stuff is similar to our black powder, except it burns longer and slower.
Cured
It's a
almond
potent
meat,
explosive
pickled
that can
shrimp
act as a
cheese,
repellent for both
crispy
muskets and
bitterly,
fire. She is
wrapped in a crunchy
sandwicher,
yeast bun.
practitioner of the ancient art of sandwiching,
Hello again, friend.
and also an artist.
Peck.
Tired. I'll have one of your sandwiches.
Brilliant! Step right over here, friend, to my sandwiching table. Now, will that be on fried flatbread, steamed yeast bun, or a baked grain roll?
What was that again? I'm quite sure this is... I really have no idea. What would... Steam bun.
Yeasty bottom... Oh, I mean, bun steam yeast... Balance! Steamed yeast bun coming up. Oh, good, you're back. Now, stay still while I prepare your sandwich. Now, meat. Today I have a cured...
What are my chances with the pickled snatch?
Fair to good. The brine dilutes the poison. Most experience few to no side effects, mind you. The excessive salt might cause organ failure over time, but I've had no complaints so far.
How many have you sold?
This would be my first.
Goddess.
and just a dash of this and a dash of that, and some of this and a bit of that. Better be hungry, you better not be fat. The sandwich maker's knife is cutting up your head. How about some fermented moon seeds with that?
Yes, please.
Splendid.
I've got eats from across the north.
Didn't I tell you to stand still and not move around? Careful with that, friend. Those powders are both dangerous and illegal. Can I tempt you?
Even if I'll have one of...
Brilliant! Step right over here, friend, to my sandwiching table. Sunny side gets cheese, the other one gets meat. A sandwich maker's craft is something feet. Oh, would you like some crispy bitter leaf?
And, yes, please.
Splendid.
40. Midnight snack. Early breakfast.
I can't be expected to perform. Where did you go? It's very important that you stand right there while I'm sandwiching. It's a delicate craft, I'll have you know. And just a dash of this and a dash of that, and some of this and a bit of that. You better be hungry, you better be fed. The sandwich maker's knife is cutting up your breast. A dash of pungent oxy topping, yes or no?
Anything to keep her distracted. Yes, please.
Splendid. Hey, what are you doing? Ah, there you are. Once again, I'd like to remind you to stand still and not go gallivanting about while I'm engaged in the delicate craft of sandwiching. Sunny side gets cheese and the other one gets meat. A sandwich maker's craft is something feet. Right, here we are, as ordered. Mostly. I had to make a few alterations. Remember to chew well. Hello.
I'll have one of your sandwiches.
Brilliant. Step right over here, friend, to my sandwiching table. If not, come along now. The sandwiching is about to begin. Step right over here, friend, and we can get started.
He might actually turn out to be useful to me. You want to help?
Yeah.
I
You
perform my
dangerous.
sandwiching over here.
What do you think?
Not there, but right here.
What do you know about fireworks?
You mean fire flowers?
Come along now.
I know
the
everything.
sandwiching is
My
about
father
to
makes
begin.
black Sheeman candles for the festival of turning every year.
Fine.
Step right over here, friend, and we can get started. I perform my sandwiching over here. Not there, but right here. Come along now, the sandwiching is about to begin. Step right over here, friend, and we can get started. I perform my sandwiching over here. Not there, but right here. Come along now, the sandwiching is about to begin.
I've got the non-medical medicines your body needs.
Step right over here, friend, and we can get started. I perform my sandwiching over here. Not there, but right Yeah. Come along now, the sandwiching is about to begin. Step right over here, friend, and we can get started. I perform my sandwiching over here. Not there, but right here. Come along now, the sandwiching is about to begin. Step right over here, friend, and we can get started.
Boy, try and distract that guard away from the door.
I perform my sandwiching over here. Not there, but right here.
I bet you can't catch me.
Scram, you little shit.
Come along now, the sandwiching is about to begin. Step right over here, friend, and we can get started.
Boy, try and
I
distract
perform my
that guard away from the
sandwiching
door.
over here.
Hey, you
Not
got
there, but right here.
You're fat and slow and you
Come along now,
Don't
the
worry, you
sandwiching is about to begin. Step right over here, friend, and we can get started.
Boy, try and distract that guard away from the
I
door.
perform my sandwiching
you got
over
it.
here. Not there, but right here.
I hate the Azadi.
Come along now,
What are
the
you going to
sandwiching is about to begin.
Run along, or I'll poke you with my sword.
Step right over here, friend, and we can get started. I perform my
Try and
sandwiching
distract
over
that
here.
guard away from the door.
Not there,
Hey,
but
you got
right
it.
here. Come along now, the sandwiching is
catch
about to
me.
begin.
Scram, you little shit.
Step
There's
right
official
over here,
Azadi
friend,
business
and we
going
can
on
get
here.
started.
You'll want to turn around and walk away.
I perform my sandwiching over here. Not there, but right here. Come along now, the sandwiching is about to begin. Step right over here, friend, and we can get started. I perform my sandwiching over here. Not there, but right here. Come along now, the sandwiching is about to begin. Step right over here, friend, and we can get started. I perform my sandwiching over here. Not there, but right here. Come along now, the sandwiching is about to begin. And just a dash of this and didn't I tell you to stand? What are you doing, friend?
Quickly, grab those ingredients.
Can do. Thief! Get it! Can I tempt you with a savoury?
Even if I what? I'll have one of your sandwich.
Brilliant! Step right over here, friend, to my sandwiching table. Step right over here, friend, and we can get started. You better be hungry. You better not be fed. The sandwich maker's is cutting up your bread. Sunny side gets cheese, and the other one gets meat. A sandwich maker's rock is something meat, parsley, Splendid.
Get the chemicals.
Something tied you over before tea. A nice snack. Early breakfast.
Right, here we are, as ordered. Mostly. I had to make a few alterations. Remember to chew well and don't swallow too soon. Also, if you feel any discomfort whatsoever, a spoonful of vinegar should do the trick. If not, please visit a physician post-haste.
Nibbles.
My table's always open, day and night.
I must distract that guard somehow.
Your hair will stay on. No feathers on your back. I've got the non-magical medicines your body needs. Fully authorized and licensed. No sorcery.
How was that?
That was perfect. But remember, stealing is wrong.
You told me to steal.
In this case, it was just a...
Here's the stuff.
My table's always open, day and night. Exotic oils, foreign herbs.
You said your father taught you how to make...
Well, sort of. He made Bakshivan candle. Said it might blow my...
Fair enough.
First make the glowy balls. I don't know exactly how to make the glowy balls, but when my dad did it, the balls came out all glowy.
My table's always open, day and night.
I've never seen a hardy ash with my own eyes. They say it's more than thrice as potent as our black powder.
I've got the non-magical medicines your body needs. Fully authorized and licensed. No sorcery.
Good. Now I need to make the fire powder somehow. My father was never too clear on how that part's done. All I know is that it's powder that went psst when it was lit.
Exotic oils, foreign herbs, soothing salves.
All that's left is to combine all the ingredients in a tube. That should be easy, right? You start with the fire powder at the bottom.
I've got the non-magical medicines.
And then the glowy balls on top until the tube is full. That looks okay. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, but there's only one way to find out.
It's a working fire flower. A Bakshivan candle. Here you go, boy. Now don't light this before I tell you to.
Oh man! I'll be careful, I promise! I can't wait to see how this one burns.
Use the fireworks to distract the guard away from that door.
Yes, yes. Hey, hey! Check this out. Too slow!
Come back here, you little shit.
What in Shadow's name are you? Apostle! You're dead!
He won't hurt you again, child. I promise. Leave. Do not come back.
My head's hurting. Why is my... What's happening? Who are you? Where's Ramin? Why am I tight? Alvani. You're not dead. How in Shadow's name? I'll pay you. I'll make you wealthy. I'll get you a pardon from the tower and...
Shut your mouth. I need information.
What do you mean by that?
If you speak out of turn again, I'll cut off your dick and shove it down your throat. The raid tonight.
I don't know anything about a raid.
I cannot justify talk. You believe you have more to lose by speaking to me. You're wrong. You've been consorting with a magical, a Dolmari, a child. You know the punishment for even one of those crimes is execution. All three. They will make an example of you. They'll string you up in the tower square. They'll sever your genitals, gouge your eyes out, dip your feet in molten metal. They'll make you suffer unbearable agony. You will plead for death. And death will come. But slowly. Slowly. Tell me what you know, or the tower will learn of your crimes.
There will be a raid. In the Magic Ghetto, before the sun rises tomorrow. I'm not part of it. I haven't been in the meetings, I don't know the details. But they plan to root out the rebels and the collaborators hiding in Old Town. Some they'll exile to the islands. Others they'll kill. As punishment for siding with the Resistance, as a warning to others. That's all I know. I swear to it on my mother's office.
Let's go over this again. Tell me everything you know.
Please, don't kill me. I won't tell anyone about this, about you. I can't. They'll execute me. I'll do anything. I'll spy for you. I'll feed you information from inside the tower. Just spare me. Please. For the love of the goddess, I beg you.
He has much to lose if he reveals what happens here. But I can't risk it. There's always a risk that he will... There's always a risk that he will reveal what happened here. But if I spare his life, he has much to... There's always a risk that he will reveal what... He has much to lose if he reveals what happens here. But... You deserve no mercy.
No!
Shadow take your black soul. Where's the guard?
He's in a mud cellar, stuck to his knees in Elgwyn dung. He'll be busy for a while.
You did good, Bib.
What happened in there? Did you get what you needed?
I did. Listen, you can't stay here in Old Town. The Azadi are coming.
I'm not afraid of the Azadi.
Nevertheless, you need to leave. I'll bring you to the Enclave and you'll be safe with them.
I'm not going anywhere. This is where I live. What if my parents come back? They'll be looking for me.
You're not safe here. I'm sure your parents would be happier knowing you're with us.
You just want to put me in an orphanage.
Wait. Shadow. Children.
The General is asking questions.
I've heard. We must find Kian before...
I'll make sure Harmy's attentions are directed elsewhere. Tonight's raid on the Magic Ghetto will be a good start.
What did he say?
The General tells me that my men are sticking to the story, but that some of the prisoners are spreading rumors. It's of little concern. They will not live to see another interview.
And arouse more suspicion? Don't be a fool, Vaughn.
Don't ever call me a fool.
Then try not to act like one. Who else did he speak with?
The Warden's men.
You didn't take care of them.
What would you have me do? Assassinate every one of them?
And now the General has witnesses.
Second-hand and infidels. They will never be allowed to testify against Trueborn.
No, but their witness can fuel further investigations.
The General will soon have other matters to concern himself with. We're stepping up the deportations and we're close to completing the machine. After that, Kian's death will be low on his list of priorities.
And in the meantime, the General is pursuing leads.
Like I said, tonight's raid will distract him.
How so?
Because it won't go well. The rebels will strike. Many of his men will die, our forces will be on high alert. And, as Supreme Commander, it'll be Harmy's job to clean up.
He will blame you.
And I will take responsibility. And action. There will be little time for his investigations. By the time the situation is under control again, other matters will have taken precedence. We will keep the General's attentions elsewhere until our mission here is done. And then,
No one will challenge us. I hope you're right.
I always am. Come here.
This is not the time for...
I'm as hard as Nigali steel. This is exactly the time.